Brian gave me Brian.
Oh, it's equal to the creature's maximum number of hit dice, not their hit dice.
I gave it to you?
Oh, like they have 2 or 3?
So yeah, so it's 4.
So how many hit die do you have?
4. It's 1d6 plus 4 plus 4 right now.
Okay. It's fine. Moving forward.
Alright guys. So this is interesting part. After this we're gonna call it a night. Next session, but this is gonna be a very important part.
I'm still carrying my friend on my shoulder.
You still got Bran, the lifeless body of Bran in your hands. So after leaving the winery, heading back to Veliki, it's actually getting dark, and as you were told, being in the woods is not the safest place, so you know you have to go post-haste, as the area is getting darker, and it's probably reaching between 5:30, getting closer to 6 p.m. The rain has stopped. However, the road from the winery is wet and muddy. Ancient trees slowly creak as arm-like branches interlock above your heads, blotting out the graying dark skies. Water drips past this natural canopy above your heads like a leaking faucet. Suddenly, the sounds of combat catches your attention at a misty tree line to your right. And you hear it, and you sort of stop in your tracks, and to the right would be somewhere in the trees there.
Someone may need our help.
Yeah.
Or somebody else that don't miss.
I'll kind of veer off the path a little bit to kind of investigate it.
Okay. Peering off, you step into the tree line a little bit, and it's very thick fog that dances around the trees. They almost look like silent guardians, these the tree trunks. You could tell there's some commotion. You think you see shadows moving, but you have to venture deeper into the woods.
Okay. I look back to Tonic and I kind of like nudge
Yeah,
him.
let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, I need to see the line. Who's going first? Who's going second?
You should probably go first. He's holding somebody.
Okay. Yep.
And I'll follow right after.
And who's behind that?
Petterwick?
So everyone's going in, right?
Yep.
How many people are there? 5?
Yeah, well, 6 including Petterwick. D6 down the drain.
I'm gonna make 3 rolls. So that's going to be twice. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're 6. You're number 1. I need Piddlewick to make perception rolls, please.
Okay, his perception is +3. 20.
Okay. I need you to make a perception roll.
Oh.
Okay. Piddlewick stops short, and he actually puts his hands up for you to going forward. And he points to the ground. You see what appears to be just rope, a circle rope. And you look, and it goes across to a tree. And before you can ascertain it, it's a trap. You all of a sudden, all of you hear the cracking of a twig underneath Tonic's foot. Something tight wraps around your leg and hoists you upward, upside down, violently. And you go shooting up into the sky, 15 feet, 20 feet, and finally you're dangling. All the dead leaves that went up slowly dance downward. The swordplay stops, and it gets quiet once again. You see he's hanging upside down. Obviously there's traps in the area. And whatever was going on with the swords and the fighting, it's quiet, almost like they heard a trap go off. He's hanging upside down, his face is turning red. About 15 feet up.
Alright.
Well, subtlety is not in your dictionary.
No.
Anyone have mage hand? No, I don't.
I want to try to grab one of my daggers and see if I can throw it up the
Well,
road.
Dad, climb up and try to help me. You know what
Now
I mean?
15 feet, he's going to take some damage when he falls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brace yourself.
Why don't you climb up and I'll kind of swing and try to get me to
Climb up the tree.
do something like that.
Before I throw the dagger.
He's like,
Oh,
Yeah. Alright. Is there a tree close enough that I can kind of make my way up it?
There is a tree.
Okay.
If you make your rogue, so why don't you make a perception roll to see if you can sort of make out where the trap is and if there's a safe way to take him down.
21.
Yes, you do. You follow the rope line from where he's hanging. You look at a pulley up in a tree. It's actually hidden pretty well. It goes down and down and down. And you see at the base of a tree, there is another pulley mechanism. You could slowly detach it, but to pull him down, it would take a strength feat.
Okay.
Why do they both grab it for real?
She suggests that.
He's holding somebody.
He's holding Bran. So if he lets you, I don't think he's gonna drop Bran.
Can I just give Bran the Petterwick?
He's not gonna. You know, you can tell. If you do that, it's insulting to Bran's body because he'll fall on top and hit the ground. Piddlewick can't hold the body.
Piddlewick can probably help me grab the rope.
Maybe. No?
Piddlewick can attempt to. Yes.
I think it's
I don't know how much help.
What do you guys can?
No, not me. I have
He's in
negative.
a tree.
It's okay. I will take the help action and attempt to help you.
Help me do this. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to disable it and grab it. Grab the rope and try to lower him.
Okay.
Alright, let's see. 14?
Okay, you do it. Excellent. You feel your body jerking, slowly going down and down. The blood is rushing.
When he gets to about like
4
or 5 feet, I just want to let it go.
And you do. And you hit the ground.
Yep.
The dead leaves that originally went up with you like, hey, welcome home! And you felt almost like you were going to pass out because the blood was rushing to your body. He hits the ground. You guys, in a moment of sadness, have a small little chuckle. But again, Aslug is still holding on to Bran. And again, the sadness works over you. At that moment in the distance, more deeper into the woods, you hear light prayers going on. Sounds like somebody's making some type of enchantment or talking.
Do we want to deal with this right now? We have a dead friend, so we should probably take back.
There's shadows in the distance, and you guys are deep enough where the shadows you see, it seems to be one large person. And you see the glint shines of armor as if they're busy doing something, and it's about maybe 15, 20 yards deeper in the woods this way. And there seems to be a clearing as well.
Out of character, you said this was important.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I want to do
let's go to
it.
the clearing.
You imagine our guys are like, oh, fuck it, let's just go back.
Anybody teach snake?
Alright. Oh, jeez. Alright, so as we walk through, I want to watch for traps, obviously.
Since you have an idea, and Piddlewick actually is pointing out to the ground, and you see
okay.
all these round circles. He's actually really well. He starts pointing out all these different traps. So you guys are traversing through these because of Piddlewick.
Good job, Piddlewick.
MVP.
As you start getting closer to the clearing, you see the backside of a large knight next to a well. This large knight seems to be dragging with one hand 3 bodies that are tied together as he's praying, dragging the bodies to this well. The armor is a silver, a shiny, well-cleaned silver. The subject he has a grayish long hair. He seems to be incanting as he lifts up the bodies with one hand, but his other hand he holds a black sword that's crackling with black energy and black smoke. You really can't see his face, but the armor is well put. You, Paladin, recognize that as an ancient armorer for a race that was once very renowned, known as the Order of the Silver Dragon. But they have gone from history and word and rumor, and you haven't seen or heard from them again.
We have a secret handshake, right?
Yes.
Paladins?
Yep.
Okay, great. Well met, fellow knight.
No son of it.
Take this,
I am boisterous.
turn it around.
That's a big dude.
Yeah, it is.
This is a large humanoid figure wearing armor, but it is not human, or it used to be. It has graying hair, decayed skin. It almost looks like a skeleton or a zombie. The left mandible is completely missing from its face. Its eyes are shiny blackness. The armor is shiny plate mail, and it has a brass crown, a brass shoulder plate, and a tunic. There's a silver S on its chest plate. A red shoulder drape hangs from its armor.
Where am I from? We're all coming up here.
We're all there. We're all there.
It
got you.
takes its free hand that's holding the sword and holds it upward to the sky as it looks over at all of you, and you speak. It drops the bodies on the ground before it drops into the well. And this creature says, "Holy Paladin, brother at arms, what brings you to these dark lands?"
Well, first to bury a friend. And point out to the
Okay.
carrying.
The blade suddenly disappears, and it just looks like the hilt. He takes it and puts it into the side of his belt. This massive undead knight sort of leans back and he looks over at the party. He looks over at you and he starts walking towards you guys. He stops. "How did your ally fall?"
What do they call it? Death duel? Or,
I mean, a totally avoidable death duel.
A traitorous family member.
a duel of honor.
There was no honor in that.
Yeah, there was. It was 1-on-1, absolutely.
Well, yeah, he was honorable with him.
When you say this, he walks over to Bran's body. He reaches up with his hand. He sort of grabs the hair of Bran's head. Are you guys gonna allow this to happen?
Yep.
No, what are you doing?
He looks over at you. Holy woman, allow me to say my rights, or I will remove your arm from your body. He lifts he lifts Bran's lifeless head up,
Well, shit, man.
and you see the black eyes close with what little eyelids that it has, and he seems to be whispering a prayer. And he gently releases Bran's head, and he steps back.
Is he lighting up evil or what?
You're trying to figure him out, and he says to you, "If not for you, Paladin, your allies would have fell to me on this night. But know this, these lands are no place for any of you." He starts looking his eyes, and he's glancing at each of you. "I have a story to tell, because I, like you, was once a great paladin."
You think I'm great?
You have a shitty attitude. Is there somebody else that is probably to talk to?
Tell me I'm pretty.
My name is Vladimir. Centuries ago, I was the captain of the Order of Silver Dragons. But the devil Strahd fell upon my paladins. We were ill prepared. To save their lives, I offered my soul, and he bangs his chest, and it echoes to the woods. In doing so, I am stuck with eternal service to Count Strahd. But the devil Strahd plays with my soul like a cat and a mouse. He refuses to let me die. Now I walk Barovia as the Renovate, only returning each night to Castle Ravenloft to meet with Count Strahd. Since I cannot die, I secretly hunt Barovia for undead abominations and destroy their bodies. And he glances over with his hand to the 3 bodies that are on the ground near the well. Consider this a sadistic metaphor for my death that I cannot have. He touches his hilt of that blade. To mock me, the Dark Master gave me a weapon, the Sword of Darkness, whose only sibling lies within the swamps east of here. I cannot harm Strahd. I will protect him with my being. But if you destroy the heart of sorrow within the castle, Strahd will be vulnerable for attack. He looks over at all of you. He looks at you, Aslug, holding Bran. I mentioned the heart of sorrow. You have seen this?
In a dream.
He is accurate. And where did you see the heart of sorrow?
And was hanging in the castle. I am here.
If you are foolish enough to ever come to Castle Ravenloft, look to his darkest tower, high. There, the heart of sorrow glows. It protects his body. If you wish to do anything to Strahd, if you wish to help this paladin return to the realms of the gods, you must destroy the heart of sorrow first.
That was my question. How can we help him? Alright.
The only way, my friend, holy paladin, is to destroy Strahd. But you can only do this with magic, allies, and the strength of all together as a family. But I can tell you this, if I see you again, I will destroy all of you, including you, my dear brother.
That seems fair. Alright. Is there anything you could maybe give us to help us in this quest? Since, you've kind of given it to us. We weren't really gonna We're gonna get Strahd. Yeah, so it's okay.
He's looking at you, and you almost think he's contemplating on what to tell you, this undead knight. As he scans all of you, his eyes actually lock down to Piddlewick. The knight starts walking forward towards Piddlewick, and Piddlewick actually lets go of your hand very gently and walks and stands defiantly in front of the knight, looking up. The knight, the undead revenant, goes down to one knee and places his hand on top of Piddlewick's head. I have not seen you in decades, my child. We thought you were destroyed. And he gets up from his feet and he looks over at you, Tonic. You want information how to destroy Strahd? The answer isn't with this little toy. Suddenly, he begins to tell you how to take care of Piddlewick. Centuries ago, myself and other conspirators came together to defeat Strahd. Myself, a famous toy maker by the name of Fritz von Beer, and a duchess. We realized if we destroy Strahd and destroy the Heart of Sorrow, his soul will still be about. We needed a device that can capture his soul. Thus, the toy maker created Piddlewick for that purpose. But there is more. If you wish to finally rid the realms of Strahd, the following must be done. You must first go to Castle Ravenloft and destroy the Heart of Sorrow. Only then will Strahd be vulnerable. But know this, he is more powerful than anything you've ever faced, though this is no easy task. Next, once his body falls and destroyed, only a righteous soul, good of heart, can do the next step. They must make the ultimate sacrifice and sacrifice themselves immediately after Strahd falls. That will activate Piddlewick's magic. Piddlewick will absorb the soul of Strahd into his being, locking him within the prison. And to finally send Strahd straight to hell, Piddlewick must be set ablaze by either his creator or one he trusts with all his heart. So, I doubt this will come to fruition. I doubt any of you or anyone I've met who's willing to sacrifice their lives so Piddlewick can be activated. The Revenant sort of takes a few steps back. And as for you, my brother, within the swamps of Perez lies the sibling to my weapon. That may help you against Strahd. He sort of reaches down and he grabs the feet that are bounded together of these dead creatures. And he starts taking a step back towards the well. I will not tell you how to get to the swamps, for I am not about to doom you all due to your lives with my paladin brother. But if you go to Valiki, I'm sure the Burgomaster will have no problem sending you there, for he has a map.
Burgomaster.
I have to depart and head back to Ravenloft. He quickly, with one hand, almost with ease, picks up 3 bodies and drops them into the well and just falls straight down. When we meet again, you will most likely die at my hands.
Most likely kill us at dawn. I get it. I've heard that before.
He turns around and starts walking away into the woodline and leaves. And as he says this, Joy, you immediately look down and Piddlewick's eyes are looking directly at you. You don't get sadness, almost of purpose. And he walks over to you and he gently reaches up and he holds your hand, Joy. Almost as it's going to be okay. And with that moment, ladies and gentlemen, we will stop until our next session.
We are going to chuck you guys. That's exactly what we're doing.
Thank you, everyone watching at home. We'll post online when the next game is. I appreciate it. I want to thank Mr. Ortiz in the back working the computer board. We also want to thank Dan for helping us out. Unfortunately, he didn't make it today. This is Dungeons & Dragons People Die. And Robert Jordan, the owner of the store, has something to say.
So, right behind us This is the cemetery. If you play a game in the store and your character dies, the campaign and the name of your character goes on one of these tombstones, and you make your way into the graveyard. So, if you would.
That's our brand.
This is going to belong to Dan, who played Bron excellently as the dungeon master. Having somebody like him was totally awesome. The way he gets into it, and it sucks. I knew there was a chance he would die, but I also believed there was a chance that he would survive. In this, I had a branch of 2 scenarios, but unfortunately he passed away. So, with a great honor, ladies and gentlemen, one last time, Dan played Bran. We will honor him. If anybody has anything to say for Dan before we log out, again.
And it was great
Dan, we
playing
love you.
Dan,
Great
So
time.
good.
we will honor him every time we come to the store as we see his name on the wall of death. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for watching.
Take care.
Peace out.
All right.